Hey Fatima. Right. Welcome on board. Hey Najmoon. Hang Gabriel, Rohaini. Welcome. And Suria here. Suria here. Hey. Hi, my Sarah. Hello, people. Suria here, and the scope for today is celebrity branding the Oprah style on Facebook and all this juicy stuff. Okay, so those of you who are new, click on the follow button to get more Periscope updates from me, and you can also, yes, thank you for the hearts, double tap on your screen for hearts, and also click below and click on the share to share this scope with many others. And it's a juicy topic today, celebrity branding, the Oprah Winfrey style, and what I actually shared with the members today for the training that I had yesterday. So as you can see, I'm still like fresh. And it is like 12:40 a.m. in Singapore, and I am at my office still. Okay, so chirpy like a bird. And I just completed training yesterday. So it was awesome. It was so awesome. We had a full house training. Like I think there was 40 of us in the room, and it was amazing. I met new people. And they are wonderful, amazing people with fantastic potential, aspiring entrepreneurs from many different backgrounds. And we had a whole day together, and I squeezed everything out of me, like my brain juice and all that I know of how I got my 300,000 fans on Facebook, loyal fans, and how I got 70 million views on my videos on Facebook, how I got tons and tons of shares, like 12,000, 30,000, like 300,000 likes and shares on my posts, and how I do all of that without any advertisement at all, how I generated 7.65 million using Facebook alone without advertisement. So it was all awesome, and we learn a lot, right? It's like it's just everything. They ask amazing questions, so many questions about Facebook. Most of them do not have a Facebook, even a fan page yet. Some of them are very new, and some have been doing Facebook and making a lot of money, but using Facebook advertisements. So they're really curious how I did it without the ads. So I'm gonna show you the inside. Okay, let me bring you there. Yes, I'm still at Jurong, my dear Nikmat. I'm not back yet. Tomorrow I'm having a training, right? So I'm in my room. I'm like doing a lot of stuff. I'm getting stuff. After the class, I had a quick nap just now, and then now I'm just doing some work and stuff. So I want to show you the slide, not slides, like this goal. Okay, it's like 6.5 years of goal. I'm super fresh, ain't I, Nudge? Super fresh, Suria sparks at the middle of the night. Okay, now today I'm gonna spark a lot of ideas. So I'm going to show you right behind me, if you can see, this is what I shared with the participants just now. So if you can see this love plus content and sell, mass media, branding, this is the first time I shared this info, and this is very powerful because I did not sleep for many days, right, before the training yesterday. That's what happened to me. Before a training, I will get so excited. I don't know, it's just this energy inside me. I'm just so excited sharing information, and I'm excited that I will be meeting with new people, and I'm excited about sharing new content and giving value. And it really energizes me. So what I did was I absorbed I think tons of material on Oprah. That means I read everything I could about Oprah Winfrey. I just wanted to find out like what exactly made her a billionaire, right? How did she become a billionaire? How did she turn to be a billionaire? And from just a news, from a talk show host to a billionaire, and what was her branding that made her so superbly rich and amazing, such a media darling, right? So I found the answers. I literally thank God. I am very good at speed reading, so I speed read a lot, and I speed read stuff, and I could read a lot of stuff in very short time. So I managed to read a ton of information about Oprah, stuff I've never known about her, and I shared that in that slide just now. So that is what I just want to quickly also share with you, sort of like a summary of what I did yesterday with everyone and what I covered. I think I covered more than 30 different strategies or something, like all these different methods and all these different ninja ways that I do on Facebook that, like I said, got me 70 million views and 300,000 loyal fans, and it's just crazy. It's just, Facebook is just amazing. Facebook is good, and Facebook is free, like if you know how to do it. So let me quickly summarize the first point that I made to the team, or to the members, amazing members just now. Hey, Alicia. And what I shared was the Oprah effect, okay? So, hey, thank you, Naj. The Oprah effect, what made her become a billionaire? What do you think? What do you think made her be a billionaire? Let's have this conversation. So I have a lot of juicy answers to share with you. But what do you think made her turn from an employee, someone who's being paid to just talk on the talk show, to earning 70 million in her pocket every year? What do you think is the answer? And I think if you can find that answer, and you really, really can get to the essence of that, you'll find the true secret of the secret. Because there is no Oprah, there's no one like Oprah. And she is amazing, and she is she defies all odds. She is in US where slavery and slavery with the what do you call that, Americans, what do you call that, the African Americans, the African Americans were slaves before, and then after that, they were, they are the minority in the US, and then the authenticity, then she's not pretty, she's overweight, and you hardly have a TV host that's overweight, and she's overweight, and she is not that pretty, and she is African American, and in a country where they used to put them really, really they didn't even have the rights, human rights. And how did someone like her get into an entertainment media, like the media that is so superficial, that looks at everything about you from head to toe, how you look, what skin color you have, and everything, and they scrutinize that to the very detail. And yet she made it, She turned from an employee to a media mogul. She became a billionaire, literally, she earns 200 over million every year, I think 200 over million a year, and she nets about 70 million in her pocket every year. Oh my God. And she's been on TV for 25 years. Okay, so Naj was saying that the secret to the Oprah effect is her authenticity. So what do you think? Let's get this rolling. And I found some cool answers which I shared today in the training, and I just want to share that with you and round it up and summarize this Oprah effect branding. And I have experimented with it. I'm not Oprah. No one is Oprah. I am me. I'm Suria. Everyone is special, everyone is amazing. You are amazing. You are special. You have your thumbprint. You are a signature in this world. So we are all amazing in our own rights, right? So we can have our own Oprah effect. Be herself. You are Singapore's sparkling Suria. Yay! Thanks, Naj. So she be herself. He said that she be herself, and she has she's authentic, and what is it all about? Really is that people love her. People just fall in love with Oprah. Like they just love Oprah. And you want to know what is the essence of having somebody loving a person like that, I mean, she is irresistible. She is a darling. What made people love her like that? Like, what made her so, so amazing? Like you said about being authentic and being real. And what is being authentic and being real? Like, let's get into and dig into that for a bit, Like, what's the meaning of being authentic and real? You are getting very close to it. So what's the meaning? What do you think is the meaning of being authentic and being real? Yeah, she loves herself. In fact, she was struggling to love herself. If you really read about her biography and all, she has a lot of issues, a lot of internal struggles, and truthful and carrying a light of her own. Yes, she is she is not like someone who's like she's positive, yes, but she goes through a lot of challenges. She goes through her weight challenges. She goes through the gender challenge as a woman in her industry. She goes through her physical challenges, knowing that she's in the media industry and she's not looking good, compared to the rest of the talk show hosts out there. And she has a lot of those the media kind of like bullies, if you like, and she goes through all of that, and it's very hard for her to love herself. It is very difficult for her to love herself, and she's gone through a lot. Yes, she got rid of her negative baggages. So what I really believe that made Oprah the Oprah effect, and every one of us can have the Oprah effect in our own rights, is the ability to be absolutely vulnerable. That means for Oprah, she was really open about her issues in life. She was very open about talking about it openly. She talks about her weight struggles. She talked about how she was molested when she was younger, and how she gave birth. I think she was pregnant, right? When she was pregnant out of like a wedlock, like and like I have to check the facts about whether her baby survived or not, but she actually gave birth, and those were issues that she had to go through and struggle, and she talks about it. And it's about her mess, right? Really, like if you think about it, people will like, why will you want to talk about your mess to the world? What good does it do to, wash your dirty linens out to the world? But you see, that's the whole point. Oprah's audience are mainly women, and women resonate emotionally, like we get connected really emotionally, and we of all have many issues given our hormonal challenges and everything else, and playing many different roles. So many people aspire to be like her. You're right, Fatima, like playing many different roles, like a mother, a daughter, a sister, we have so many different roles that we play as a woman, and it gets really challenging. And it's like no one is really talking about that in the media, especially the media. That's how, yes, so we got connected emotionally, right? The media portrays usually the opposite. Like they portray the glamour side of everything, and it's sometimes almost fake, So Oprah was one who stood up because she was daring enough to share about her mess in her life, and many women resonated with that, and it creates this amazing bond between her and her audience. And I feel like we can have the Oprah effect and that branding effect on Facebook and social media if we are open to share our vulnerabilities. Now, it takes a different kind of confidence to do that, and a different kind of mindset to do that, because it takes one to step out to share about your life in such a way that, you know, people will resonate with you. And it's not about going out there and say, I am so amazing, I am so great, I am this, I'm that, like, it's so special about me, I'm this superhero, whatever. So it's like, it's not about that, but it's also about, you know, yes, I've achieved all this in my life, but let me show you behind the curtain. Let me just like draw the curtain and let you into my life and see my mess. And because if you know my mess, you know that I am human, and I'm human, I make mistakes, I fall down and I climb up again, and I fall down and I climb up again. And that is inspiring. Don't you think that's inspiring? I feel that's absolutely inspiring. I feel like when I hear someone who goes up and down like a roller coaster in their life, and I see that they're still breathing and they're still like there and they're still standing strong, you know, I get very inspired, like really absolutely inspired, right? So I feel like I want to be like this person. I want to be like her. I want to emulate her spirit. I want to be like her. I want to clone the way she thinks. I want to, you know, be as determined as her, and, you know, be as strong as her. And to me, that is a part of that piece of success. And when we are able to share that side of us to the world, regardless what we go through, and share with like words, you know, like sharing through expression of words and writing and talking and like this, like, you know, having a platform to share. Like some people write a book about that. I don't know if my book is around here, so let me see if I have a book. Where is my book? It's this book that I wrote is called Survive and Thrive. Okay, so it's Survive and Thrive. Where is my Survive Thrive book? Survive and Thrive. I don't know where is the book. Okay, but anyway, it's somewhere. It's yeah. I don't have it right now with me. Survive, Thrive. Nope. So I have but I have Soul of Success, so that's my book, Soul of Success. That's my Soul of Success book. But this copy doesn't have my face with Jack Canfield, okay? I have another one that has my face on it with Jack Canfield. And I'm next to Jack Canfield. So Soul of Success. In this book, I wrote about my the issues that I go through in my life, and book is a platform for us to share about ourselves. Now, how many of you want to write a book with famous people like this? Do any one of you want to do that? I can introduce you to some people who can do that, because when you can have a book written, you will be me. Are you serious? Be careful what you ask for. So if you're really, really, really serious, okay, so I am going to introduce you to some people that will be, you can catapult your success. How many of you are ready, really ready to speak at the United Nations? Hey, congrats, Najmoon! You're a writer. Pebbles in the Pond. I love that book. It's like it's like a series of different authors sharing their experience. Congratulations! You're a writer. You're a published author, Naj. That is so awesome. Yes, let's celebrate. Yo, okay. So power. And Fatima also has written her ebook. She has just launched a second ebook on personal development and self-esteem, and hey, woman power. So, congrats, Fatima. Come, let's see more hearts, people. Okay, so congrats, Fatima. She launched a weight loss book, Emotional Eating, how to get rid of emotional eating. And then she also just recently launched an amazing personal development book, and you can get that for free. Okay, so you can download the book for free. Go to Fatima's site, and it's just awesome. She shares a lot of great tips. I've read her book, and it's really good. I'm looking forward to read yours, Naj, so that's good. So one of the ways for you to be having an Oprah-like effect on your branding is for you to be able to share your story and using a platform like a book. Okay, so like Fatima, she doesn't wait. So what she does is she starts writing and just writing and giving it as an ebook first. And then after that, when you are ready, you can do like what Naj is doing. Hey, Aisha. And Naj is writing like, and it's an international book. So, excuse me. This is the book, How to Achieve. My chapter is chapter 55. Chapter 55, How to Achieve Success Without Losing Your Soul. What a topic. Okay, so let's look at the chapter. So this is the Oprah effect that we're talking about. If you're joining us right now, I'm talking about how to create that celebrity brand Oprah effect. Because if you have that kind of effect, I tell you, the world is yours. The world is yours. Because people love Oprah so much that she gets, it's like people just love her, and people love her because they resonate with her. And if you can create that Oprah effect because you are authentic and real, then this is it. So this is my chapter, How to Achieve Success Without Losing Your Soul. And I wrote this, and it's part of my my way of bringing myself out to the world. You do not have to compare yourself with Oprah. I mean, like, you don't have to compare yourself in your success by the amount of popularity you get. Oh, I'm not as popular as Oprah, so I'm not that successful yet. Or, oh, I do not have 300,000 fans like, Suria does, and I'm not popular yet. I have not done this, I'm not popular yet. No, you do not measure success like that. You measure success by just the ability to just share. Even if it inspires one person, even you have touched one person's life, that to me is the meaning of success. Okay, so you are already successful when you do that, when you touch somebody's lives. And you cannot touch people's lives, to me, in my opinion, if you are if you're clamped up and you do not want to share a bit of yourself to the world, and it's kind of like afraid to do that because you're afraid of what people will think. You have to move away from the point of what will people think of me. Okay, you got to get out of that zone and just do it for the sake of intention. That means your intention is not to gain popularity. Your intention is not have to people like you, but your intention is really to make a transformation to people that matter. So yes, a women empowerment poetry book is on its way. Yay! That is so cool. Right. Wow. happy doing the happy dance for you, Naj. Okay, so that's super awesome. This is such a cool gang. It's like you are so amazing. So that's awesome. And you write so well, Naj. You are so awesome in your writing, and like you have a gift of like being able to express yourself beautifully with words, and I admire that about you. So that's really awesome. And Fatima is really good at really putting like the concepts that she has learned in very simple terms, right? She has the ability to like write things in simplify things and making people understand them in the easiest, simplest way. And that's what I like about your writing style, Fatima. You make it easy, and it's like, short, sharp, and simple to understand. So that's really powerful. So, this is my chapter. Shall I read? So shall I read, people? the chapter. So what do you think? Should I read? Yay! So I read a bedtime story to you, okay? So those who are still watching, this is a secret. This is the Oprah secret, that is to share yourself and share your mess. Using social media, I've used a book, for example. You can use social media, you can use Facebook to share parts of yourself every day. And then, there's always abundance of creativity in you that you can bring it out. Okay, I shall read. Okay, so my title is called How to Achieve Success Without Losing Your Soul. It was a moment of despair. I found myself in one of the darkest hours of my business struggles when I lost almost $500,000 and was at the brink of bankruptcy. I lost everything from money to family. Even my health was deteriorating as I developed a sudden skin rash and hives. And for the first time, a chronic asthma attack, all happening simultaneously. Truly, my life was collapsing. My body was breaking down, and I found myself at the lowest point of my life. I cried my heart out, and for first time, connected with the deepest part of my heart and soul. Fast forward in my life now. I rose to the top of my industry, being hailed as the fastest millionaire, breaking the company's 20 years record as the first person to ever generate such a massive amount of income in the shortest period of time. My Facebook fan page count rose to over 100,000 and had reach of over 20 million on a given week. I got my life together. Started spending time with my teenage kids, got a house I love, and all went back into peace again. Many have written to me asking, How? How, Suria? How did you climb back up? What did I do to get back on my feet? How did I get the courage to stand up again and again after such a massive collapse in my life? Truly, the breakdown in my life was a spark of major breakthroughs that eventually happened. As I reflected back, I realized, yes, there is a formula to success that had worked for me. I started teaching that to thousands of people at my events, seminars, and workshops. I call them the 6 secrets to the soul of success. And now I shall share them with you. The first secret is called Experience the Experience. Familiar? Those who have attended Soul Detox will know this, right? Okay. Experience the experience. So what's that? What is that about? When I broke down and cried in my deepest sorrow, I finally acknowledged that I needed help and support. I didn't stay in denial, nor did I push away the pain. I simply allowed and surrendered myself to experience the pain, the disappointments, the sadness, and everything bitter that was going on in my life. Yes, I cried my heart out. Allowing myself to feel was the biggest breakthrough for me in that moment. By feeling, I was able to stay in the moment and be present with whatever that was going on inside me. I allowed myself to cry, but I didn't drown in those tears. I allowed myself to cry and reframe those tears. They were not of weakness, nor making me admit defeat. Rather, they were tears of strength that flowed out from my heart, cleansing away the pain and bitterness. Now, that is experience the experience. I paused for a moment. I was reading my book. Experience the experience to me is the first step to the soul of success, because if you want to be successful, you want to experience the surrender to the moment of whatever that is real for you. And for me, there were many times I was collapsing in many areas in my life, financially, emotionally, physically, in my health, and I was really just in the surrender mode it didn't happen that easy to be surrendering. I was resisting at first. I was numbing myself. I refused to accept and admit that I was in pain. But, it was just too much and it crumbled me. And that's when I cry, and I really cry. I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried, and I've really allowed myself to experience the pain. You know that feeling, right? It's that moment, when there's so many moments in my life I went through that, and so many moments like the moment of falling in love when I was 17. Yeah, 17. I fell in madly in love. So loading again, yeah, my face like that for a bit. So I was saying like being in love was the first space of surrender that I went through. And I remembered like that was I was 17 and I fell in love, and it was the most beautiful moment in my life. I surrendered to the moment, like really, really fall very deeply in love with this man, and whom I thought will be my life partner for the rest of my life. And there was just so many moments together, like we would, it's like I was a rebel at that time. I was really rebelling, and then like being oh wow, congrats Nach, okay, awesome. That's beautiful, right? That's a beautiful moment, isn't it? So those are beautiful moments, and then like to have those moments, like being, I remember like I was cycling, and then I was cycling on the same bicycle, and then like we were cycling together on the same bicycle. Oh, how romantic. And then like, yeah, so those were moments together. I was just in love with this guy. And going through that love, yeah, very Diwali, seriously Diwali, and like seriously Diwali. And he's very good looking, really. He was okay. He looks like one of those like Hindi movie heroes. Yeah, he looks exactly like that. So yeah, so I was kind of superficial as well. So yeah, so it was a relationship that was like, we were both of the same age, and we were just both crazy and madly in love with each other. And like I said, we do things like that. We cycle on the same bicycle together, and then like very Diwali, like just too many beautiful moments. And when that kind of relationship collapsed, and that when the biggest hurt that I go through in my life, when the relationship didn't work, and the relationship started to get really messy, and the violence came in, and he was hurting me physically, really hurting me physically, like beating me up, and punching me on my face, and kicking me in my stomach, and beating me up with a belt, so like an animal, like really, and pulling my hair, dragging me around the block, with my hair and banging my head against the wall. I don't know how to describe that moment of shattered feelings, like it's like this is the man whom I thought will be the love of my life, someone I adore and I love so much, and then to go through physical abuse, it's not easy. It really isn't easy, and to go through the abuse over and over again and stay in that relationship and keep on hoping that things will work out, that he would be better, and it always come back with a sorry, like he'll say sorry and he'll like cry and he will like, I'm sorry I hurt you. And then I'll like, this heart space, because of the love that I have for him, I will take him back again. And then the whole cycle will begin again. And the whole episode and saga will begin again. And the beating will happen again. And there was one time I remembered I jumped out of the window. And luckily he lived on the second floor. So I jumped out, but still the second floor in the Singapore HDB house is pretty high, So I jumped out of the window because I was so scared. I was so scared that he was going to start beating me up. So the moment he fell asleep, I took the hose, from the toilet. There's this long hose from the toilet. And then I tied it around the window, right? And just tied it however I could. And like Rapunzel, I just threw the hose out, the rubber hose down of that window. And then I hang on and I climb out. And when as I was climbing out of the window, and I'm like, okay, this is a second story HDB, but it's quite a distance down, and I'm going to slide down this hose. And I'm like, what if the hose I was I did that anyway. So and then I jumped. Okay, just the hose didn't get to the ground. It just has some space still left. So I just slide down and I jumped, and then I ran barefoot. Right, I ran barefoot, and got my way back. So the next day he appeared before my door. And there he was, like, with his pitiful face, like saying sorry and sorry and sorry and sorry and sorry and more sorries, like that. So it's that kind of relationship, and then that kind of pain that I faced. It's really deep. It caused a lot of scar in my self-esteem, in my confidence as a person, to be treated like that. And then eventually, after all that had happened, the relationship ended and he went for another woman. And that was the worst moment of my life. Like, literally my whole world crumbled, really crumbled, because he went for someone else. And he went out with he was a steward, so he was working as a flight attendant, and with all the other beautiful women, and he was having an affair with the other flight attendant. So that crushed my life, and I was studying at that time, and it was very painful to because I was going to get married to him, and then to know that he actually had this affair, and then like a lot of things happened, and eventually he got this girl pregnant, and a lot of things happened. And even despite knowing that he got the girl pregnant, I still wanted him in my life. That how pathetic I was. So when I say experience the experience, my experience of my life, there were many different moments that I experienced, all these depression and depressing moments, the heartbreak and the excruciating pain that is just so, I became so lonely, so desperate, so unworthy, so alone, so down, and this experience of the experience, like really crying and feeling so. That whole journey during that period was a lot of writing. I wrote and I wrote and wrote, and I wrote a lot. I cried a lot. I wrote a lot. I cried a lot. I wrote journals after journals after journals, expressing how disappointed I was, how sad I was, how unworthy I was, how all that, right? So that is the second thing in the soul of success. So this I wrote: journal and reflections. So first is experience the experience. Second is journal and reflections. So this is what I did when I went through my down moments. I said, after all the tears and angst were felt, I started dedicating those moments, those emotions, and directing them to a space where they can flow besides the tears. I started pouring out all my emotions in writing. I wrote out all my feelings, what was happening in my life, what I was feeling, what were my thoughts. I wrote all these down without censoring anything. I expressed them in a flow. I started with, what's not working with my life? What is it that I didn't want? What was frustrating me? The scarcity, the fears, the pain, the angst, the worries. Then, second, I wrote, so what do I want in my life? Painting a scenario of what the ideal life would be for me if I had it all back together. I would answer the questions. What do I want to feel again? What do I want to be again? What are the feelings that I want to feel again? These moments are feelings, the scenes I painted in my imagination, and they were all written out clearly as if they were part of a movie scene that was really happening. So, what do I want? I want to love again. What do I want? I want to be a confident woman again. What do I want? I want to love myself again. I want to know what it feels like to love myself. I want to know what it feels like to look at the mirror and tell myself that, Suria, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are a beautiful soul. You're beautiful. You are beautiful. And to love myself, like, Suria, I love you. I really do. You're so special. And I want to feel loved. I want to feel confident. I want to feel special. I want to feel enough. I want to feel worthy. I want to love that and more. And it almost felt like it was not easy to get back to that space again. And it will not be easy until you go to the third step. So the third step is, after all the mind work is done, the third step, when I release the images of what I didn't want and replace them with what I wanted in my mind, I realized I needed to go deeper into my heart space to allow these new images and dreams to manifest. I also knew that as long as I did not release this emotional baggage in my heart space, I will not be aligned with my mind space. So I embarked on this offloading of the rocks in my heart. All the hurt, all the pain from those who I felt wronged me and towards whom I harbored bitterness and blame. I felt the hurt and pain again, and it was hard to let go and forgive those people, almost impossible. Like, how do I forgive a man who hurt me so much, when I love him so much? However, I simply sent out the intention to forgive and release them from my heart space of bitterness. I know that as long as the intentions are set, the process of forgiveness has begun. It's not easy forgiving, so I've always told myself it's not easy to forgive, so I will always set the intention to forgive. I knew forgiving was not something I was just doing for them, but was more for myself, so that I could walk out of this unlocked prison once and for all. Later in life, when I could finally fully release and had forgiven all, I realized that no one that came into my life came to hurt me or punish me. They simply were characters sent in different names and roles for my own growth. So life happens for me, lovingly, to allow me to grow, expand, and evolve, not to punish or hurt me. Yes, even him who had hurt me, even him who had left me. I wouldn't be able to be the Suria I am today without that experience. So it was a moment for me because I'm meant to serve the world with this message. I cannot serve the world with this message if I've never understood what it feels like to be physically abused. That perspective allowed me to see everything that happened and everyone that came into my life as mentors to guide and serve me to heal many wounded aspects of my soul. So that is the forgiveness space. And when we learn to forgive and let go, and then there's this emptiness and this sudden lightness and calmness in the feelings. So the next is to fill it up with an attitude of gratitude, to anchor all my feelings of hope and faith in such moments of darkness. I dive into whatever good I could find still available to me at that moment. So at this moment, this is a different phase of my life where I lost a lot of money in my business and I have lost everything. So I lost my money, my home and everything. So I may have lost my money and nearly lost the business and have even lost my family. Yet there was something that I felt at that moment that kept me going. I was still breathing. It was then that I realized that breath itself is a sign that my work on earth is not done yet. And my existence still carried a purpose and a mission. So it started with an attitude of gratitude. First, for my breath, and then for everything that I still have in me. I say my thanks and I send all praise to the Almighty for still keeping me alive. I say thanks for the body organs that is still functioning, for the pair of eyes that still can see, for the fingers that can still type, for the ears that can still listen to all the positive emotional words, for the technology of the internet that still can allow me a glimmer of hope to move on in this life, for my 2 beautiful kids who are still growing up in great protection, care and love. Suddenly in that moment, I realized that the counting of my blessings has made all this pain seem insignificant, and hope became alive. Further into life, I realized that no one can ever hurt a grateful heart. No one can hurt a grateful heart. no one can hurt a grateful heart. No matter how much pain and hurt, when I can see that situation is for my good, I can forgive and then be grateful. So I started shifting from goal setting to intention setting. Now that everything has been taken away from me, after I've cried my heart out, after writing it all down, journaling and reflections, and having gone through all those forgiveness exercise and gratitude. So what's next? If I were to reset the formula for my new success again, how would I do it differently? I know in step 2 that I have stated my goals of what I want and how my ideal life will look like. Yet I know there's something missing in that formula. There must be something more than just setting goals. Most welcome. After all, I did set goals previously. I've been always setting goals and always good at achieving them. But somehow it didn't last, and the pain became unbearable when all that I had aimed for in my business and achieved was all wiped out. It's almost like I was achieving yet not achieving. When I had my business, I was happy. When I lost it, I completely broke down to my lower self. I pursued success like it was something I could only achieve in the future. So my focus was constantly on the future, working towards achieving success there, I forgot to stop to smell the roses and be present. So I knew that if I had to restart my life again, it will come from a different space of redefining success. This is what started the process of me heading down a new path of success. And this time I was going to go for success without losing my soul. And this is the final part. Redefining success, the journey towards success from my soul. Many teachings of success focus on goal setting and tools to achieve goals such as affirmations, visualizations, and principles such as the law of attraction and many more. These are great tools to support the pursuit of success, and they work when you apply them diligently. I did just that, and yes, I do agree that the tools of success allowed me to achieve the goals I set out to accomplish. Accomplish business success in sales and profit, personal success, material success, the car, the house, everything, the cash, the career success, the credentials, the degree, the status, the promotions. However, I realized that when I had it all, I was still not full and whole inside. In fact, I had a hole inside. I was in a mad chase for something in the future, the mirage of happiness from a distance. So now, instead of setting goals, I start by questioning, why do I want those goals? I ask myself again, what is success? What is our ultimate being? What is the purpose of existence? What is it that I want? What is it that you want? What is it that you want when you want what you want? When you are chasing after that goal, what is it that you actually want? I asked, what is it that I actually want to feel when I want to have or get the things that I desire or set out as my goals? And as I probed and I probed and I probed, I realized that at the end of the car, the house, the money, and at the end of everything, all I wanted was, guess what? Peace and happiness. So right. Here is a process you can use to get you to your core motives and your soul. Ask yourself, what do you want? A house? Why? So you can have a roof over your head? Why? So I can have my kids stay with me? Why? So I can now be happy knowing that I can spend time with them in my own home? Why? So that I can be happy with them in their company. So what I truly want is happiness. I start redefining success as a state of being instead of a state of having. Success now means to me being peaceful. Success now means to me knowing my calling on earth, my mission, and living it. Success now means to me being happy. Success now means to me living with passion. Success now means to me be loving, forgiving, and compassionate. Success means to me be grateful for the simple pleasures in life. Success now means to me always learning and always growing. Success now means to me a life of heartful contributions, heartful connections. Success now means to me servitude, giving, contributing value. Success now means to me making a difference in someone's life. Success now means to me doing meaningful, very meaningful work. Success now means to me making peace with my past and people who have hurt me. Success now means to me praying well for those who have hated me, condemned me, and think ill of me. Success means to me being the best I can be now, given what I know and have now. Success means to me connecting to and with God deeply, feeling and appreciating the Almighty's love. The essence and soul of success is not the dollars and cents of the business, but rather the sacred spiritual process of staying connected and mindful to the intention, purpose, and why. I am successful when I am mindful, when I pause and I reflect amidst my busy schedule and check in to my heart to reconnect back to who I really am. This is the soul of success. So that's the soul of success. Alright, so the soul of success without losing your soul. So I didn't expect that I'll go through this book. It's really impromptu. Most welcome. Thank you for staying and giving all those hearts while I was reading that. That's really so sweet to know that you're there. And this is like 1:30 a.m. and you are there. And this is success to me. 1:30 a.m. connecting with you at this point, and just connections. Just having great, beautiful connections with all you beautiful people. And soul to soul, heart to heart, and like just loving this moment, isn't it? Just loving this moment. It doesn't matter if I'm talking alone also, like I really don't mind, you know. I just want to do this because I just love doing it. And it's like what Oprah says, like, oh yes, okay, I'm gonna do a book launch soon, right? And I hope to write my own book as well, besides writing with co-authors like this. I want to have my own book, and I have been thinking about it, and it's gonna happen, yeah. So, yay! You guys are awesome. I love you being there, like being here right now, and connecting at this level. I think this is what Oprah does every day of her life. She talks, she connects, sitting at the sofa. You know, and she has, of course, a fantastic camera crew that records her talking. She does that every day of her life in a daily talk show. Mind you, it's a daily talk show. And she does that every day for 25 years. And she is still doing it right now. And that is what made Oprah, Oprah. Because she's consistent, she connects from the heart. And if it was all about money, she would have retired, you know. Why would someone who makes 70 million every month, every year, 70 million in her pocket every year, she can choose to retire. Really, she choose not to do this anymore. But retirement is when you do it as a work. But if it's a work of passion, it's like Oprah. Until today, she still talks. She still shares, she still do what she does best, you know, just talking and being herself. And that's what I intend to do. I've set an intention to do 4 periscopes a day on different topics, on like today, on personal development. So today I only did 1. I'm going to aim to do 4. on personal development, on positive parenting, on weight loss, which I did 2 days ago, and also on business tips. So today is business and personal development, so like sort of two scopes right now. So like I'm doing 2 periscopes a day for today, and then I intend to increase that to 4 periscopes, and I'm going to share stuff that I do every day, stuff that happens every day, and then knowing that I shall be my own Oprah, right? So my own Oprah, meaning that I shall live my life and share the day-to-day stuff. You know, people listen or not listen, it doesn't matter. It is about doing what I so love to do. And I hope that this shall inspire you to do the same and spread your ripple effect. And like Nach's book, the Pebble in the Show. Pebble in the Show. Yes, a Pebble in the Show. Pebbles in the Pond. Like the ripple effects of positivity and spreading love and connection around. Yes, so like talk show. This is already a talk show. Like I really would need any other talk show. I would just talk right here. It's like a show is talk. Pebbles in the Pond, Volume 5. Great, Nach. Looking forward to the launch of your book, and I shall this shall end the scope today. So it's a topic on having the branding like Oprah, and I covered it all. And tomorrow, today at 2 o'clock, today at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Sunday, I will be doing a talk on nutrition and natural healing. So nutrition and natural healing, I'll talk about the 4 steps on how to reverse cancer naturally, how to reverse chronic diabetes, chronic diseases, stroke, diabetes, heart problems, and the 4 steps to natural healing, and what you can do to literally wipe off any diseases of your body, right? And all naturally. So it's a nutrition introduction to nutrition talk at 2 to 6:30. So 4.5 hours, half day introduction to nutrition and natural healing. And at 7:30 p.m. I'm gonna do another talk on flat tummy detox. So it's gonna be more detail about how to lose 5 to 10 kg in 2 weeks using the natural formula. So that's what's up, and I'm gonna call it a day, and I'll see you in my dreams. Okay, so see you tomorrow. So if you're keen to attend the session tomorrow, we still have got some seats, and you can still register and then connect with me on Facebook.com/Suria Sparks. Okay, good night everyone. Much love, inspiring your success.